Hello guys, it's me, Aero. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash video. So outside of the normal Extreme Demon completions that I do, I have beaten several other Extreme Demons that I've never uploaded to this channel in particular. This is because I either beat them too fast or just thought that they were boring to talk about. But I have decided to compile a bunch of them here, explain how to beat them, and hopefully give some tips to people who are trying to beat their first Extreme Demon. So yeah, enjoy. Alright, so our first level is Hidden in the Sand by Hazel. Really easy Extreme Demon, really fun, and it's really good for practicing like ship gameplay and all of that. So I'm gonna run you through it and then give you some tips and tricks on how you can beat it. So this first cube section right here is very easy. You do have to worry a bit about timings, but if you get the click pattern down, the timing shouldn't be too difficult. There are several parts in this level where you just have to hold down the ship input once, but other than that, you just have to learn a bunch of cube timings. The main difficulty from this level actually does come from the other ship parts in here, so if you're bad at ship, I wouldn't recommend doing this as like a first Extreme Demon, but if you want to practice ship, I definitely would recommend beating this. This robot part is tricky. It's one of the harder parts in the level, but if you get used to robot, you should be able to do it fairly quickly, and these timings are pretty horrible. But if you touch each orb roughly in the middle, you should get them. So this is the first hard ship part to me. You have to hit each of these gravity portals that are kind of out of the way of the main path, because if you skip them, you die, like I just did there. What you're going to want to do is hit these portals, and what I would do is try to figure out how you can limit your clicks. When you're in the ship game mode in general, you do not want to click that much. You want to try to like control your clicking, which is, you know, obvious with each thing. Controlling your clicks with the ship game mode is very useful because when stuff like this gets introduced where you have to go into gravity portals with the ship, you have to learn that you can't just keep clicking into the portal. You have to click as soon as you enter the portal, meaning like you can't just spam click your way into the portal. This wave part's pretty simple. It does have one of those gravity portal clicks, which isn't too bad, but it's worth learning just this one click in particular. Each of the UFO parts here are click patterns, so I'm not going to go over them that much. This click right here is really hard, but I found something that got consistent for me is clicking when you're directly in the middle of the orb, holding, and then letting go. And then you're going to get ready for two really small robot jumps almost immediately. And then right here you do a high jump and then late click all of these orbs. All these ball timings are fairly late, so if you just click late, you should be cool. This wave part is spam, but there is a tricky part at the end over here where you would normally spam like this. But what I did was I tried to do 2 clicks right here at the end, because if you sometimes do that and then land into this spike right here. You don't want to do that, obviously, since, you know, you want to get consistent. So what I did is there's this little pocket right here where I just died at, where you can just go straight up, and then whenever you hold into a cube portal that has an orb in it with the wave, that orb automatically activates. So you're just going to want to head into that orb and then 2 simple jumps into this drop, which isn't too bad. It's just a lot of ship control. Once again, a click pattern UFO portion, but there is a correction portal here, which I don't like. You just have to play around the correction portal. It does sync to the song that's playing when you play this level, so it is pretty easy to get used to. For this blue orb click right here, if you let go, or instead of just holding like this, because you will die most of the time, if you just let go like pretty long before the orb, you should be able to get that orb almost every single time. This wave part isn't that bad. It's actually pretty fun. And then most of the level from here is just like timings, which aren't too difficult. Most of the timings do sync to the humming in the song, so it's not even that difficult. But expect this to feel a lot harder than other Extreme Demons because of how short it is. It's only like a minute long. And then right here, it's just a buffer input. It's just like a small little thing that, in case you forget, you know, you fucking suck and you die. But yeah, Hidden in the Sand, it's pretty fun for being a really slow-paced level. I do like fast-paced levels, so me liking this level is surprising. But other than that, I do recommend it for people who want to get some more skill with the ship or more skill with timings. But yeah, other than that, very good level overall.
We were playing in the sand, and you found a little band. You told me you fell in love with it, hadn't gone as I planned. When you had to bid adieu, said you'd never love love anew. I wondered if I could hold it and fall in love with it too. You told me to buy a pony, but all I wanted was you.
I beat it. Very good level. Fortunately, got very unlucky with it. Alright, so the next level is Acu by Nejfa. A lot of us know what this level is. It's widely considered the easiest extreme demon in the game. A lot of people have a hard time learning this, which is its whole purpose. It's a very learny level, but when you do learn it, everything just clicks together and it becomes really easy to play. So this beginning part is just full of random timings. They're not too difficult, but you do have to learn, like, there's random timings like this one where it doesn't look hard, but you do have to land in between this block and the spike right here, so it is pretty difficult, but it does get consistent. This beginning part is considered to be one of the hardest parts though, which I don't fully agree with, but I can see why people would think that. And stuff like this jump right here, where you think it's free because it's just a single spike jump, but you can't really land down here because you'll die. So you just have to jump like that, and then you'll position yourself for a jump over this double spike right here. Sorry if I sound weird right now, by the way. I just ate some chicken and I feel incredibly sick for no reason. Now, this part is really iconic. It's the blue orb part where a blue orb is following you every input. Obviously, besides the inputs that you should know, there is a technique that I have here that helped me get consistent, and it's right here, where most of the time you would just do this, hit the blue orb and then land up there. But it does come with the chance of you hitting that half spike right there, or with you hitting, or just missing the jump entirely. So what I do is I lightly tap right here. You can hold here, I'm pretty sure, but not too long. But if you tap here, you'll land down here every single time without fail. So you should tap there instead, so it's more consistent. But most of this level does sync with the music, so it's pretty good leeway, honestly. Now this wave part is considered to be the hardest part to me, honestly. But you do have to hit this blue orb right here so you can position yourself for these green orb jumps. This level is not carried by just one particular part. There are choke points, but they're not too difficult to get past. This part right here is a choke point though. What it wants you to do right here is hit this touch trigger right here to become a mini wave. And what I did to get consistent here was I did two really quick clicks after I hit it. Or just one really quick tap. Because this gap right here, it looks easy since I'm in half speed. But in normal speed, it's really difficult. Right here, some people like to just hit that right away, and then tap again for that black orb, which I think that's too high CPS. You can just hold here instead of just tapping, so you only have to do 2 extra clicks. Right here, you can buffer most, if not all of these inputs, and it gets really consistent, this part, but upcoming is a ship transition that I don't really like right here. And I was really inconsistent with this because I couldn't get used to transitioning into this part. I'd either die too high up or I'd die like right there. So you just got to get used to this transition, honestly, but it's not too bad. Now this section in the gameplay becomes very flowy, so if you're bad at flow gameplay, I'd recommend practicing this first. And then right here, as soon as you enter the cube portal, I recommend jumping and then buffering the green orb. That way this yellow orb timing becomes a lot easier. Now these red orb jumps coming up are very evil, because getting positioned into this upcoming part right here is the hardest part of it. So you should practice the transition between this part and the next part. And I think that holds true with a lot of the levels, a lot of this level, where you got to practice the transitions into each part, like this wave part right here. For some reason, like, it's very inconsistent to me. But if you just hold after this green orb, you should just be able to easily maneuver the wave. And then this transition right here too, you need to make a buffer as soon as you exit the cube portal. So yeah, this level is just all about tricky transitions and knowing when not to click. The ending part right here is really evil. I'm surprised I didn't die to this from 0. But it is just a bunch of, like... It's a bunch of unique timings, I'll say. But it does get consistent in runs, but from 0, I've heard that it gets inconsistent. So, you know, take that as you will. So, Acu, it's another learny level, but it's the easiest learny level. You do get runs in it really quickly, especially if you put the effort in to actually try beating it. I beat this level in a day or something, so it's not too difficult. You know, it's very popular, and I can see why. It's super fun. It's super fun. I recommend it to everyone to try, but other than that, yeah, that's it. Finally, bro. I had to rebeat this because my first recording turned out like it recorded at like 20 FPS, and the desktop and microphone audio just didn't record at all. Alright, and the last demon of the day is Niwa by Tenno. This is the hardest one out of the 3 for me, but this is based off of the Reta trilogy, Kowareta, Wasureta, Wasureta, so it has similar gameplay to them, and it's high CPS, fast-paced gameplay. It is very click sync focused, which is why it's fairly easy, but I will be running through it again. Niwa, yippee! So, the song for Niwa is very copyrighted, but I don't care. The lyrics of the song is what you want to go off of for this level, especially the beginning. This level does get really fun and really consistent, but the ending parts are so evil. My game might lag a lot on this level for some reason. I don't know why. It ran fine when I beat it. So now you have the drop, which is just follow the lyrics. Now this is the hardest part right here, because you have to adjust to this blue pad that I'm hitting right here as the wave, but it does get consistent once more. You can only hit twice there on that ship part. Just single taps. It's not too difficult right here. Yeah, you only have to click about once per game mode. Just like Kowareta, Wasureta, and Wasureta, there are wave choke points in this level, but they are easily overcome with consistency. It's just like there's not much to say about this level, honestly. Like I'm already like 50% through. I haven't said much, but it's just basically flow gameplay. Like, it's fairly simple. The thing is, too, I don't think any of these orbs can be counted as buffers, so every orb in this level you might just want to hit in the middle just for safety. This is the hardest part in my opinion. Though it syncs to the music, some of the timings can really mess you up. And then the last ship part... the last jump, that's Niwa. Very short level, which is why there's not much to say about it. But it does get, like, it gets incredibly consistent, and it's the most fun out of the 3 levels for me. But, there's not much to say about it. It got nerfed from its original state, which I appreciate Tenno for. The original state was kind of bad, but this level is really good. Like, there's not much for me to say about it. I keep saying it. I sound like a broken record, but it's just a really good level.
今日も答えのない世界の中で願ってるんだよ。不器用だけれどいつまでも君とただ笑っていたいから。跳ねる心臓が体揺らし叫ぶんだよ。今こそ動き出せ。弱い自分を何度でもずっと食らい尽くすこの間違いだらけの世界の中、君には笑ってほしいから。もう誰も泣かないよ。強く強くなりたいんだよ。僕が僕でいられるように。誰君を守るそのために走る走る走るんだよ。僕の中の僕は超える。
I beat Niwa. We will take that. Let's go. Dude, that was not that bad of an extreme. I actually really liked it. Damn.